a 2-0 defeat to Barcelona, a result that confirmed the Catalan side as champions and left Alvaro Arbeloa's men to reflect on another season without silverware. That defeat to Barca extended a painful pattern of recent results against their fiercest rivals, with the Blaugrana having also beaten Madrid in January, and the latest loss will do little to lift the mood at a club accustomed to competing for major honours. Real Madrid's overall league record of 24 wins, 5 draws and 6 defeats tells a story of a side with genuine quality, yet one that has failed to sustain the consistency required to mount a serious title challenge across the full course of the campaign. Los Blancos' 70 goals scored and 33 conceded represents the second best attacking and defensive records in the Liga respectively, bettered only by the champions Barcelona in both categories. At the Bernabeu, Madrid have been a formidable proposition, winning 14 and drawing 1 of their 17 home fixtures. Recent form across all competitions has been mixed, however, with 2 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats for the last 5 matches. And Arbeloa will be determined to ensure his side responds to the Barca defeat with a commanding performance on home soil. Real Oviedo have arrived at the Bernabeu as a relegated side, their fate confirmed following a 1-1 draw between Rayo Vallecano and Girona that left them unable to escape the bottom 3 and condemn them to the Segunda Division football next season. It has been a torrid campaign for Real Oviedo in the bottom of the league, just 29 points, 6 wins, 11 draws and 18 defeats, having only scored 26 goals and conceded 54 across the season. Their away record has been equally difficult to read, with only 2 wins from 17 on the road. That's alongside 4 draws and 11 defeats, making this trip to the Bernabeu one of the most daunting remaining assignments on their schedule. Oviedo's most recent outing ended in a goalless draw against Getafe at home, with 2 red cards as well, a disciplinary record that will further complicate Guillermo Almada's which would have complicated Guillermo Almada's preparations further for this evening's match. The last direct meeting between the 2 clubs ended in a 3-0 win for Madrid, and with the majority of the previous encounters between the sides dated back to the early 2000s, this remains a fixture in which the golfing class has historically been very significant. With relegation already confirmed, Oviedo have travelled to Madrid with nothing to lose, and while an upset looks highly unlikely given the respective qualities of the 2 squad, Almada's side may at least approach the occasion with a freedom that comes from having no pressure left to carry. Let's talk you through the lineups here at the Bernabeu course, starting off with Real Madrid. So David Alaba and Alvaro Carreras come into the back line for Antonio Rudiger and Fran Garcia, and Franco Mastantuono comes in the side for Jude Bellingham. So Real Madrid's full lineup is Thibaut Courtois, backline of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Raul Sancho, David Alaba and Alvaro Carreras, Eduardo Camavinga and Aurelien Tchouameni in central midfield. We have Franco Mastantuono on the right, Vinicius on the opposite side, and Brahim Diaz just in the centre. Behind Gonzalo Garcia. As for Real Oviedo, Costas and Boncana replace Calvo and Lopez in defence, and Colombato and Fonseca start for Hassan and Sibo in midfield. Lineup for Real Oviedo in full is Aaron Escandel in goal. Back four of Nacho Vidal, Eric Bailly, David Costas and Rahim Alsan. And into the midfield on the right hand side it's Ilias Scherer. On the opposite side it's Thiago Fernandez. 2 in the centre, Nicolas Fonseca and Santiago Colombato. Leading the line for Oviedo is Federico Vinas and Alberto Reina. Madrid's bench is Dani Carvajal, Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe back in the squad, Fran Garcia, Antonio Rudiger, Fran Gonzalez, João Martinez, Cesar Palacios, Daniel Yanez, Sergio Mestre and Thiago Pita. As Oviedo's bench is Horatu Moldovan, Santi Cazorla, Haitham Hassan, Dani Calvo, David Carmo, Thiago Borbas, Alex Flores, Luka Ilic, Lucas Ayado, and Pablo Agudin. So again, what a sight is that Santiago Bernabeu under the lights, but another bitterly disappointing season has been for Real Madrid, and they're just looking to put this one behind them. Of course, the rumours intensifying that Jose Mourinho will be back in the dugout next season. Nice embrace actually on the sidelines, seeing Alvaro and Arbeloa and Santi Cazorla. Of course, their pass have crossed before. The Real Madrid will just want to try and end as strongly as possible. Yeah, and they won't be bringing obviously that big momentum as next season being trophyless, but they've just got to try and finish some sort of respectable position this season. But it'll be interesting to see. Again, Mastantuono brought on the side, good young prospect who will be playing on that right. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, Real Oviedo might come to this match with more freedom than they would previously coming into this fixture. So yeah, hopefully it could be a very, very good encounter this evening between Madrid and Oviedo. Yeah, Real Madrid want to get at their opponents quickly, put them right on the back foot, not give them a sniff, and make it an extremely long night for them. Real Oviedo, it's been a tough season for them, rooted to the bottom of the league, 10 points in safety, and again they're just playing for pride now. Their fate has of course already been sealed. It's such a tight relegation battle. Again, from 8th to 19th, there is 6 points in it. That is absolutely crazy. There has been some relegation battle in a Liga this season. We are ready to get underway under the Bernabeu lights very, very shortly. Both sides just going in the huddles, but it was a real tough one for Real to take at the weekend. Not just losing league, but at the Camp Nou, as he did just rub salt in the wounds, and it's been a tough spell for Alvaro Arbeloa in charge, and it's going to take a big personality like Jose Mourinho to really turn this ship around. He's had players fight with each other in training, so it's just an unhappy camp it feels like at the moment. And Real Madrid get us underway, shooting from left to right, and Courtois aims a diagonal ball towards Mastantuono. Header one there in the end from Costas, and it will be a throw for Alexander Arnold to take a few yards behind halfway. Alexander Arnold just surveying his options, and has a run of Mastantuono, and instead goes to Camavinga, who's not in the France World Cup squad, by the way. Big news broke this evening. So it's Courtois to Camavinga. Oviedo pressing high straight away. Courtois clears it towards the centre circle. It's a cushion header backwards from Garcia. Come on to it as Camavinga flicks it to Tchouameni. Now it's a first time from Mastantuono. Back to David Alaba. Square for
accustomed to competing for major top honours. Real Madrid's overall league record of 24 wins, 5 draws and 6 defeats tells the story of a side with genuine quality, yet one that has failed to sustain the consistency required to mount a serious title challenge across the full course of the campaign. Los Blancos' 70 goals scored and 33 conceded represent the second best attacking and defensive records in La Liga, respectively, bettered only by champions Barcelona in both categories. At the Bernabeu, Madrid have been formidable proposition, winning 14 and drawing 1 of their 17 home fixtures and only 2 defeats. Recent form across all competitions has been mixed, however, with 2 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats from their last 5 matches. And Arbeloa will be determined to ensure his side responds to the Barcelona defeat with a commanding performance on home soil. So let's bring you up to date with the 2 teams as they are. For Real Madrid, in goal for them is Thibaut Courtois. It is a back 4 of David Alaba, Raul Asensio, Alvaro Correas and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Eduardo Camavinga and Aurelien Tchouameni are in the midfield, whilst Franco Mastantuono and Brahim Diaz are playing out wide, with Gonzalo Garcia and the captain Vinicius Jr. leading the line for Madrid. For Real Oviedo, it's Aaron Escandal in goal, a back four of Eric Bailly, the captain David Costas, Abdul Rahim and Nacho Vidal, while Santiago Colobayato and Nicolas Fonseca are in defence midfield, with Alberto Reina in attacking midfield and Thiago Fernandez and Ilias Scheire either side of the lone striker. Federico Vinas for Real Madrid. On their bench, it's Sergio Mestre and Fran Gonzalez, who are the sub-goalkeepers. They're alongside Antonio Rudiger, Fran Garcia, Dani Carvajal, Juan Martinez, Daniel Yanez, Cesar Palacios, Thiago Pitage, Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe. Whilst on the bench for Guillermo Almada's team, their sub-goalkeeper is Horiatu Moldavan. He's alongside Lucas Adriajo, David Carmo, Dani Calvo, Luka Ilic, Pablo Agadin, Santi Cazorla, Haitham Hassan, Thiago Borbas and Alex Forez. So we are underway in this fixture. Real Madrid in their all-white strip, whilst Real Oviedo in an all-blue strip. It's two teams with nothing to play for at all. Relegation already been confirmed for bottom of the table Oviedo, whilst Real Madrid, they are confirmed to be finishing in second place, currently 14 points behind Barcelona, but of course with today's game still to play. So it is Real Madrid on the ball. It will get moved out to the left side towards Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. will just play it inside towards Tchouameni. He'll come all the way back to David Alaba. Alaba goes up towards Gonzalo Garcia. Garcia out to the left flank. Comes out to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. will give it Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz will just switch out towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold back to Raul Asensio. Asensio plays it into the midfield. Heavy touch taken by Aurelien Tchouameni. Loose touch. Now Colombiato will try and come forward. It's now with Mastantuono. Goes inside towards Eduardo Camavinga. Camavinga will go all the way back to David Alaba. Alaba will just stretch out to the left side as the Real Madrid captain, Vinicius Jr. will just hang out on that left flank, patiently waiting for the ball. Ball goes up towards Brahim Diaz. He takes a heavy touch, and I think he's actually brought down by Ignacio Vidal, the 31-year-old defender. So Real Madrid will just go short with the free kick. Just go up towards Brahim Diaz, who can look to run at Eric Bailly. Gets to the byline, pulls it back for Mastantuono, and that is an excellent save by Aaron Escandal. He's got a good, strong right boot on the ball just to kick it away for Real Oviedo. It was really good play by Real Madrid, actually. Brahim Diaz getting right to the byline, pulling it back for the Argentinian Franco Mastantuono. Hit it low and hard. Was well saved by Aaron Escandal, who's made a good stop with his right foot just to kick the ball away for his team. On the touchline today is the manager Guillermo Almada, a 56-year-old who was previously the Real Valladolid manager before he took over here at Real Oviedo. And now it is all the way back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold to Alvaro. He'll just switch it out. Alvaro will bring it down. He's a little loose in it, and there could be an opportunity here for Real Oviedo. So it's with Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez goes all the way back into Costas. Costas, who is the captain. And he will just switch out to that right flank. And it's touched down by Fonseca. Fonseca will play 1-2 with Theo Hernandez. And now it's up towards Vinas. Vinas able to get a shot away. And it's really blocked off by Raul Asensio. And it's going to be a corner here for Guillermo Almada's side. And it is going to be a corner for Colombiato to take, so he'll just go out to that far side. Colombiato is going to get ready to deliver it in. Plenty of bodies inside the box, delivered into the near post. It was dangerous, but headed away by Alvaro Carreras. It's going to run all the way through. That's all the way up, and it's back with David Alaba. Alaba will play it into a forward area. Now comes out to the left flank towards the left fullback, Alassane, who has represented Niger internationally whilst playing club football in Spain. Raul Asensio is the one that just gets the closest to him and stops him from playing. So it will be another corner here, and once again it will be, this time actually it's number 15 who makes his way over, Thiago Fernandez. It's going to be a right-footed delivery, right arm up in the air as he swings it in towards the near post. It's just going to be booted away by Alvaro Carreras. No sign of composure there from the defender. There's no one stood near Courtois. It's not like we see in England where the 6-yard box are packed and they're just surrounding the goalkeeper. He's got a bit of a free run to the ball here by the looks of things, although it will be Riera to go short. It's delivered in. It's going to be cleared out. It's going to come all the way back into a defensive position here with Real Oviedo. Can just boot it back to their goalkeeper Aran Escandal. Escandal will take his time on it, and then we'll just clip it out to the left flank, flicked on by Alassane. Now it's Theo Fernandez who will try and head it forward. As the Madrid substitutes are down there, Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe both looking on. So it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who goes up towards Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono, little loose touch. It's all the way back into Costas. Costas out to Eric Bailly. Bailly will just stretch it out to the right side towards Ignacio Vidal. Vidal on it, and then he'll come inside towards Fonseca. Fonseca back towards Eric Bailly. Bailly out to Alassane. Alassane will just give it to Alberto Reina. He's nicknamed Alameo. He's become a fan favourite here at Real Oviedo thanks to his relentless pressing and physical centre forward play. So here is Reina. Reina gives it Thiago Fernandez. It's back now with Colombiato. Colombiato out to Fonseca on that right flank. Just stretch it all the way out towards Fonseca. Now he's on it, and it's into Colombiato, into Shari. Shari out to Vidal. Vidal's going to look to send an early cross in. It's decent. It's headed away by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then eventually cleared by the former Liverpool man as it came into his box there, and he's just able to boot it away for his team. So it came into a dangerous area. He's done well just to boot the ball away for his side. And then it's just going to be booted away by David Alaba as the ball was just clipped forward. Alaba is able to come out and boot it away for his team. It's now with Real Oviedo. Oviedo will just come back into Costas. Costas will launch up towards Vinas. Vinas will give it Thiago Fernandez. Fernandez will carry it forward, tries to play it inside, and Aurelien Tchouameni will just stop them from playing a pass inside. It's going to be a throw for Raheem to take. Raheem comes all the way back towards Alassane. Will bounce off Alassane and will just run out for a Real Madrid throw. The referee today is Mr. Ricardo de Burgos. He's indicated that Real Oviedo have gone a little bit too early there. It's his 208th La Liga game today. It's the last time I've seen Real Madrid saw them draw with another side in the relegation zone. On that occasion, it was Girona. And he was the referee on that occasion, whilst with Real Oviedo, the last time he refereed them was also in a 1-1 draw, but that was with another side in the Champions League. Third place, Villarreal. So, good omen actually is the referee for the visitors, perhaps not for the hosts. He is in a red kit today with black shorts, red socks. He's Ricardo de Burgos. Goes up to the left side towards Alvaro Carreras, the former Manchester United left fullback. He's all the way out on the left side now. We'll go inside and then it'll come all the way back to Raul Asensio. There is Asensio on it. He'll bounce it back and it's inside and it's just going to be clipped out to the left flank. And it's a long ball aimed all the way up towards the attacker Vinicius Junior, who is able to bring it down. Vinicius will give it to Aurelien Tchouameni. There's Tchouameni on the ball. It's inside and plays it into a central area there. And it comes into the midfield. All the way back into the defence now with Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly on the ball. Bit of pressure on him from behind. Eric Bailly's getting a little bit of pressure, but it's back with Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono will come all the way back towards the defender David Alaba. David Alaba will send it out to the left flank. That's towards Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is a little loose on it. Eric Bailly was able to just about get across when Gonzalo Garcia was able to get to the byline as Real Oviedo were coming forward. Quarter of an hour into this game. It wouldn't surprise me if the tenacity of this game is lacking a little bit because of both sides have nothing to play for. Vidal has just gone down with an injury. There's a little bit of concern. I think him and Brahim Diaz just ran into each other. So it is going to be a throw on that right flank. Goes all the way up and flicked on. And then it's going to be cleared away. It's out on the left side now. Just bring it down. And then it's going to come towards Reina. Reina will give it Vinas, but Franco Mastantuono will get there ahead of him. And then just be clipped out to the left flank for Vinicius Junior, who did seem to collide with the former Manchester United defender Eric Bailly, but to be fair, Vinicius Junior got straight back up onto his feet and didn't seem to complain about anything, so it looks like they will be okay. So now they are on that right side. It'll just be a heavy touch. It'll run all the way through towards the goalkeeper, Aaron Escandal. Just come back and pick it up. That'll be comfortable for him. There is Escandal. Escandal will just give it to the captain Costas. Costas will stretch it across out to the right side with Eric Bailly. Bailly all the way back to Aaron Escandal, the goalkeeper in all pink. Just got two players split in either side of him. He'll just give it to Colombiato. Colombiato will go out to the right side. And then it's coming towards Scheider. Scheider is caught by Franco Mastantuono. Trent Alexander-Arnold was nutmegged, but amusingly so, by Reina as he took it past him. Trent will look to get his revenge now as he stood over a free kick alongside Franco Mastantuono, about 40 yards out on this wide right side. And Alexander-Arnold will just whip it in. It's going to be headed away on the edge of the box. It's going to come all the way up towards Mastantuono. It'll go inside and all the way out on with Alvaro Carreras. Alvaro Carreras will launch it up towards Gonzalo Garcia. It's not a bad ball, but Garcia just got caught underneath it and hasn't been able to head it goalwards. I think he may have just collided actually with Alassane, but again, Garcia didn't really complain, to be fair. So there is the ball back with Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly will go back to Escandal. Escandal will just launch it up. It'll run all the way through towards Thibaut Courtois. And it'll come to Raul Asensio. Raul Asensio out onto the left flank. Now it's up towards Brahim Diaz. Got support of Alvaro Carreras out on the left side. He'll bounce it back. Comes into Aurelien Tchouameni. Tchouameni will just play a 1-2. And then he'll come back into David Alaba. Alaba out to the right side now. It's all the way back with Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono a little loose in it. Now Colombiato will come forward. It's going to come all the way back to Costas. Costas will give it Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly a little loose on it, and now it's with Vinicius on that left flank. Vinicius will cut inside. And Vinicius tries to just hook it forward, but I think he is well matched by Eric Bailly, who got nice and close to him. Quick feet shown by Vinicius Jr. He actually slipped as he tried to square the ball, did Vinicius. So long ball goes all the way up. It's going to be headed away by David Alaba. Alaba will just head it away, and now it's opportunity for Brahim Diaz to run at Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly will get there and he will just knock it out. He gets there ahead of his man and it will go out for a corner. It's got a Batman-like mask on today, has Eric Bailly. Now it's going to go out to the left side. Comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that is an incredible strike by Alexander-Arnold, and it's only just gone over the bar as it came out to the former Liverpool fullback, who struck it really thoroughly. And, well, to be fair, it looked like Aaron Escandal just had his angles covered because he was quite comfortable and confident that that was going to go and hit his side netting, of which it did, but wasn't a bad effort at all by Trent Alexander-Arnold there, as he just fired it into goal. And here is Eder Militao is in the stands today. Now they do lose it. Now it's up, and it's Brahim Diaz who's just being wrestled with by the Italian Nicolas Fonseca. Currently on loan at Real Oviedo. It's back with Raul Asensio. Asensio will carry it forward for his team, goes out to the right side with Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono will come all the way back towards David Alaba, play a 1-2 with Courtois. Courtois gives it to the Argentinian Mastantuono. Signed this summer from River Plate, but he's unable to bring it down. It's back with Aaron Escandal. Escandal will just give it to Costas. Costas We'll give it to the Argentinian midfielder, Santiago Colombiato. Colombiato, who signed from Portuguese side Famalicão. Just all the way out on the right side now. And Vinicius Junior unable to bring it down under his control. It would run out for a throw. Bellingham is in the stands. He doesn't look too happy about being left on the bench. So he's in the stands. He's actually on the substitute bench. Comes into Ilias Scherer. Scherer, who's known for his explosive acceleration and often plays fearlessly in 1v1 situations despite his smaller frame. Comes into Scherer. Scherer with it on the edge of the box. And then it's going to be clipped over top towards Courtois. Courtois will just come and collect it. Courtois will just roll it out to Alaba. Alaba out on the left side with Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz inside to Raul Asensio. There is Asensio, who just tries to play it centrally towards Gonzalo Garcia. He's unable to get it into him. And now it's into the striker, Gonzalo Garcia. Garcia will carry it forward, gets a strike off from distance, but it will be comfortable for the goalkeeper, Aaron Escandal, as it will just bounce through to him. He nearly made a pig's ear of it because it bounced out of his hands, but he did alright in the end, did Aaron Escandal. So his long ball up towards Fonseca's, bounced back towards Colombiato. He's on the edge of the box now, strike at goal, blocked off by David Alaba. And now it's Camavinga who can look to come forward. Camavinga with an attacking opportunity here. He's all the way out on the right side. He has got Mastantuono for support. He will decide to give it to Mastantuono. Mastantuono inside towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold inside. And then it will just come into the midfield and a little loose down there. It's the Real Madrid side. So Alvaro Arbeloa is stood on the edge of his touchline with his hands in his pocket, watching on. So it's going to be a free kick for Aaron Escandal to take, the goalkeeper in all pink. So ball is going to be headed out by the striker Vinas. He will be pretty happy with the manager Guillermo Almada with the start that his side have made. The former Real Valladolid coach, Uruguayan, stood in his suit. It's still yet to be seen whether he will carry on as the Real Oviedo head coach. Alvaro Arbeloa looks like he will be stepping back down to Castilla in the summer, because it looks like Real Madrid are close to appointing the current Benfica manager Jose Mourinho to come back for his second spell at Real Madrid. So long ball goes up and Raul Asensio's gone to challenge for it, and Thiago Fernandez has just collided with him. I think he's elbowed him in the chest. He seems a bit frustrated, does Fernandez. Raul Asensio will get back up onto his feet. So ball out to the left side towards Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior inside to the middle. He's a little loose in it, and now maybe an opportunity for Real Oviedo to come forward, as it is Vinas who's on it, and will just be bundled over. A little bit overzealous is Alvaro Carreras, who's been a little poor on the ball tonight. If he's got on it, he's taken a heavy touch. So it's going to be a free kick here, and it will be Santiago Colombiato who will take. So all the way out on the right side. And it's inside. Now it's up and picked off by Ilias Scherer. Scherer will give it to Colombiato. Colombiato into Fonseca. Fonseca gives it to Alameo. Alameo got maybe an opportunity to run at Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Alexander-Arnold will actually just shepherd it out of play, and that's good play by him. Santi Cazorla is watching on today. You may remember him as a former midfielder at Arsenal. He's now 41 years old. He's been playing here for 3 seasons from Arsenal, Malaga and Villarreal midfielder. So ball goes inside towards Raul Asensio. Asensio up towards Trent Alexander-Arnold on this right flank. It's with Camavinga. Camavinga will go all the way back to Asensio. He'll go out on the left side with David Alaba now. Alaba will just play it inside towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he will carry it forward. Here is Camavinga. Camavinga finds Trent. It's back with Tchouameni. Tchouameni to the left flank towards David Alaba. Oh, loose is Tchouameni, and now maybe an opportunity for Real Oviedo to break forward. It comes up towards Fernandez. Fernandez out to Vinas. Vinas to Ilias Scherer. Scherer on the ball. It's just played inside, and Aurelien Tchouameni will just block off for his team. And then ball goes up towards Gonzalo Garcia. Garcia will play it on towards Brahim Diaz, and it's the captain David Costas who is across to knock it out. Real Madrid take a quick throw as it comes to the edge of the box to Diaz. Booted away by Scherer. Goes out to the right side with Mastantuono now. He will lay it off towards Tchouameni. Tchouameni will go all the way out to Alvaro Carreras on the left side. And now it's Trent Alexander-Arnold on that right side now. Trent will just give it to Mastantuono. Mastantuono will play it inside. Now it's with Gonzalo Garcia from distance, who gets a shot away. Just be blocked off though, as the shot came in. So it's a throw that comes all the way back with Eduardo Camavinga. Eduardo Camavinga on it, and goes up towards Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono will go out to Vinicius Junior, the Real Madrid captain. He's going to carry it inside, but he blocked off, and now Vidal can just clear it away. And Vidal's clearance will run all the way through towards Antonio Rudiger, who will come and collect. So Rudiger will just give it into Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz on the ball. Plays it into Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger with it to Alaba. Alaba will send it down the left flank for Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz will come inside. Then he's just going to deliver it in. It's going to run all the way through. Touched down actually by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold will just bounce it back. Now it's Vinicius Junior, the man with the captain's armband. Vinicius Junior, level with the 18-yard box. Gives it Brahim Diaz. It's back into Vinicius Junior. Can't just sort his feet out. Just come back out to the Brazilian now. There he is on it, and it's going to be cleared away actually by Real Oviedo, but it's cleared all the way up, and it will just be touched down by Raul Asensio. Asensio will just chest it down, and he will clip it on. It's going to fall out to Brahim Diaz with the strike. I'm not sure whether that just clipped the crossbar or not, because It was a good effort there by Real Madrid in the 33rd minute of this game to try and break the deadlock, but no, as it clipped the crossbar, it has just snuck over the bar. It was a decent strike by Brahim Diaz, but he will be frustrated that it was always rising. And it has gone out for a goal kick. So the goalkeeper, Aaron Escandal, will just come over to collect. Escandal will send a long ball up. It will go all the way forward, of which Venus will just head it, and then it will run through towards Raul Asensio. He'll give it to Chouameni. I don't really remember Thibaut Courtois touching the ball at all in this game so far, which maybe we're not too surprised about. Courtois will give it to Alvaro Carreras, who will go inside now. Carreras into Alvaro Fernandez. Fernandez into Vinicius. Now Camavinga out on the right side with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Unable to bring it down. And Alexander-Arnold will just have to go back. He had no choice but to go back to Courtois, who will get one of his first touches on the ball. I don't remember. He turned 34 years old 3 days ago. So long ago that I remember him as a young goalkeeper at Atletico Madrid. But now at 34, one of the best goalkeepers in world football is Courtois. As they go out to the right side, Alexander-Arnold will pull it back towards Vinicius Junior, who can't step up onto it. It's now out on the right side of the box with Gonzalo Garcia. He'll come back towards Camavinga with the strike. Go straight over the bar. He'll be frustrated with his end product there, will Camavinga, as it came out to him and it goes just wide of the crossbar. Franco Mastantuono was a little late with a tackle in there, just bundling over a Real Oviedo man, as it will be a goal kick for Aaron Escandal to take. Escandal will launch it up and go all the way through, and there is Trent Alexander-Arnold who will collect it, and then Alexander-Arnold will move it all the way back towards his goalkeeper Courtois. Courtois out to the left flank now with Alvaro Carreras. Carreras will give it to Aurelien Chouameni. Chouameni with a good pass forward. It's inside. And there is Aurelien Chouameni. Spin it forward, and now with Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz will just play it inside. Now it's Vinicius Junior outside of his boot. He tries to just float it in. It'll be blocked off. And now it's Aurelien Chouameni. Chouameni on the ball. Up to Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger will stretch out to the right side. And now it's through towards David Alaba. Alaba will give it up towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold with the first time pass out to the captain Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior will give it to Aurelien Chouameni. Now Franco Mastantuono. Trent Alexander-Arnold just trying to bring it down, but he is just tackled by Alassane. Just haven't moved the ball as well as you would expect a Real Madrid side to move it, not only today but this season in general. There was a good move beforehand when Alexander-Arnold pulled it back for Vinicius Junior, and Vinicius, who was stepping up onto it, just completely swiped at the ball, and real poor effort by him. Ball back with Costas. Costas on it. We'll just go inside towards Colombiato. Colombiato back once again to Costas. And then it's out on this left flank with Al Hassan. Al Hassan will give it up towards Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly will set number 15, Thiago Fernandez, off. Fernandez will come in onto his right foot. He's going to switch out towards Fonseca. He brings it down. He pulls it back for Vinas. And that should be 1-0. And it's the opportunity which has just fallen to the fullback, Ignacio Vidal, who has ended up swiping it up over the bar. And the Real Oviedo players are saying that there is a penalty in here. They're certainly asking the question to the official Ricardo de Burgos. It was a really good delivery all the way to the far side. It was well touched down. And just as it got played inside, it was Ignacio Vidal, and he was caught by Raul Asensio, but Vidal's already got his shot off. It's already going over the bar. I don't think you can really complain about that one. As long ball goes up, headed away by Aaron Escandal. It's going to bounce all the way through and be a throw now for Alvaro Carreras. Carreras will give it to Aurelian Tchouameni. Tchouameni just knocked off. It'll be a free kick. Brahim Diaz is just bundled over by number 23 Fonseca. Vinicius Jr. just speaking to the referee, the Borjos down there. Not happy, Vinicius, with some of the contact that he has been receiving. All into the defensive box of Real Oviedo, but Eric Bailly is just able to move it out to Al Hassan. Al Hassan will play it up and comes into Colombiato, but he's tackled by Raul Asensio. Now it is Tchouameni. Tchouameni will give it Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz will carry it forward, and cross goes in. Aurelian Tchouameni will try and get there, and it will just be a heavy touch taken by Tchouameni as it ran all the way through. So here's Colombiato. Colombiato to Shira. Shira all the way back with the goalkeeper Aaron Escandal. Escandal will give it to Colombato. It's Colombato who will carry it forward for his team. All the way out on the right side, there is Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. a little loose on it. Heavy touch taken by him. He's going to run all the way up. Now out on the right flank with Franco Mastantuono. There is Mastantuono who will just be a little loose, and then Eric Bailly goes back to Aaron Escandal, and Escandal will just kick it out for his team, the goalkeeper in all pink, as Guilherme Almada is still shouting out instructions for his side. It's going to be a throw taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then it's a throw that goes inside. It's cheaply given away though, so it's Elias Shada, the Moroccan midfielder, who typically plays out wide, but he's playing in a central role today. Out to Vidal. Vidal cheaply gives it away. Now Vinicius Jr. attacking. Vinicius Jr. racing inside. His first shot is blocked off by Eric Bailly, and his second shot hits the side netting. Just Vinicius Jr. racing forward there. And Eric Bailly was the closest to him, and then his second effort, as I say, just hits the side netting. So it's going to be a throw on that right side. It's going to be launched all the way up. and it's going to go up towards Venus. Venus will see it run all the way through, and there is Thibaut Courtois who will just come and collect it. Courtois will pick it up, and he will just roll it out towards Raul Asensio. Asensio out to the left flank. Now it's David Alaba. David Alaba to Camavinga. Now it's into Trent Alexander-Arnold. He'll just play an inside ball. It's now with Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz into Vinicius Junior. Tries to play a first-time pass. There's a lack of composure from Vinny Junior. Came into him, and he just forced it up. It will run all the way through towards the goalkeeper, who will pick it up. Got the ball in his hands now. He's going to roll it out. He's given away cheaply, and now it's Gonzalo Garcia, and it's going to be an opening goal of the game for Real Madrid. And it's a real cheap goal for Real Oviedo to concede, because they have defended so well today, but just cheaply giving the ball away on the edge of their own box. And it's Gonzalo Garcia who has punished the visitors, and Real Madrid are into a 1-goal lead, and it's Garcia with his 5th goal of the season, a striker who has got quick reactions and thrives on any lapses of concentration, and that is exactly what the 22-year-old has done there in a season where he was unlikely to expect many La Liga appearances, but in just his 8th start tonight, he finds his 5th goal, and Gonzalo Garcia gives Real Madrid a 1-goal lead against Real Oviedo. Guillermo Almada will certainly be disappointed to fall behind in that sort of fashion. But it is Real Madrid 1, Real Oviedo 0. And we are back underway. And the visitors won't be able to believe it, because as I was saying, they had started the game so well. Real Madrid just weren't able to deal with the solidity of this Real Oviedo team. I don't expect there to be too much additional time. So it is Vinicius Junior now. He goes down the left flank. He's going to pull it back towards Brahim Diaz, and it's tipped over the bar by Aaron Escandel just a minute after he had to pick the ball out of the back of his own net. That time, Aaron Escandel just able to tip over his bar, getting a good strong left paw on it, and the referee's actually going to end it there, so we're not going to see the corner take place. And at half-time here, it is Real Madrid 1, Real Oviedo 0.
The season, then it was good high pressing from Real Madrid, not Oviedo trying to play it from the back, and Real won it high up. Diaz fed it to Gonzalo Garcia, just passed it into the bottom corner. So half-time here, the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid 1, Real Oviedo 0.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Hello and welcome back to the Santiago Bernabeu, where Real Madrid lead Real Oviedo by a goal to Gonzalo Garcia with a goal. Oviedo gave a real good account themselves in that first half, and then they were well on course going that first half at goalless, but Real Madrid won the ball out the pitch and Brahim Diaz fed it to Gonzalo Garcia to finish off his 5th of the season. But Oviedo can take pride at their first half performance, look to bring that into the second half and try and give Real Madrid a real game still in this match, because they're still right in this one, Real Oviedo. Now gets underway, shooting from left to right. Here's Federico Vinas, who kicks us off. And Vidal. Escandel. Long ball towards Vinas. home side, it was Vinas who made the tackle. He was right side the penalty area. This pass deflected off at Alaba to the side netting. And Oviedo straight on the front foot looking for the leveller. Corner to take on the right-hand side. So corner now comes in towards near post, headed away from Diaz. Vidal lets the ball bounce. Eric Bay exits the send circle, left-footed. Thiago Fernandez, 35 yards from goal, probably even a little bit more than that. Santiago Colombato trying to play it behind, but Alassane couldn't quite find him. And Courtois clears his lines. Really aggressive start here from Oviedo in the first minute and a half. Second 45. And Colombato back to Escandel. So Escandel inside the D here. Just chips it towards the halfway line. Header from Fernandez. Goes backwards. And Oviedo in possession here on the left-hand side with Costas. Now Escandel long from the 6-yard box. Well taken down from Scherer. Elias Scherer into the centre circle. That muscle though for Camavinga. Now Tchouameni. Real Madrid, 35 yards and goal, inside right. Mastantuono to Diaz, takes heavy touch and just opens up that chance for the tackle to be made from Vidal. Now Real Madrid in the centre circle with Alaba. It's a good tackle from Vidal on Diaz to Madrid, inside left. Carreras to Vinicius, backwards though to Tchouameni, level with the centre circle. Passes the ball through it to the feet of Asensio. So Alexander-Arnold's inverted at the moment. Flicks it behind into Asensio. 4 or 5 yards ahead of halfway. Now Mastantuono. Pass it back in the centre circle to Alaba on halfway. Here with Asensio. Now Mastantuono from the centre circle reaches the right foot of Vinicius. Vinicius now cutting in. There's a short pass to Carreras. Diaz facing away from goal. Taps it to Tchouameni. Tchouameni drills it from midfield. That's wide right with Camavinga. Camavinga just on that side as Alexander-Arnold's inverted still. Mastantuono turns out. Mastantuono on his outside to Camavinga. Now here is Mastantuono. Edge of the penalty area. Now Tchouameni takes on the strike. Just over 25 yards and goal, deflects out for a corner kick. And Tchouameni got good whip on the ball. It was a block there to be from Costas. So corner on the right-hand side for Real Madrid to take. So Mastantuono already now to deliver. Can Madrid double their advantage possibly? Mastantuono walks away from the corner flag. So Alexander-Arnold to deliver here for Real Madrid. They're in search of goal number 2. Alexander-Arnold's corner volleyed away from Vinas at the near post. Looping up in the air. Nice touch there from Alexander-Arnold. Lovely feet cut inside Alexander-Arnold midway in the Oviedo half, and he goes down. And that will be a free kick. The touch was lovely there from Alexander-Arnold. Put through the legs actually of Reina. So free kick for Real Madrid. 35 yards and goal. Alexander-Arnold passed it quickly to Mastantuono. Mastantuono wide. There for the finesse left-footed shot. Couldn't find the bottom left corner though. Great work from Alexander-Arnold to take the free kick quickly. Got Mastantuono in behind, right side of the box. Cut in. Finessed it. Left-footed. Used by as the decoy. Well wide actually. From Mastantuono in the end. Nowhere near troubling Escandel. And speaking of Escandel, takes the goal kick. Looking for Vinas. Vinas, nice hold-up play. Now brings Colombato into the fold, and Tchouameni gets away a free kick. Just seemed to kick into the back of Fonseca. So free kick for go to take. There's a bit of a sloppy foul from Tchouameni. Just a kick into the back of Fonseca there.
Cards in his pocket. He hasn't seen the need to book anyone. It's been good refereeing performance actually by him so far. I give him credit for that, as they are preparing a substitute Real Oviedo. So they are potentially looking to bring someone on. So here it is, back with Real Oviedo now, in a defensive position. Now it's inside, and it's in with Tchouameni. Tchouameni will carry it forward for his side. There's Tchouameni all the way up and out on that right flank. And now it's all the way up, and then it's Real Oviedo who will just play it up towards Thiago Fernandez. Thiago Fernandez inside, and then up towards Gonzalo Garcia. Had an opportunity to come forward. I think he was just bumbled over by Santiago Colombiato. Colombiato just really overzealous with the way that he went in for the tackle there. So it will be a free kick on the edge of the box for Real Madrid, as Colombiato just caught Gonzalo Garcia. So Trent Alexander-Arnold stood over the free kick here, so is Franco Mastantuono. They're all stood over it as a free kick comes in, bent in by Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it will go down the centre of the goal and it'll be comfortably collected by Aaron Escandal. Now it's out on their left side with Alassane. Alassane will just give it to Alameo. Alameo will play it inside. Now it's all the way up, and it's out on the left flank. Santi Cazorla is going to come on, because the ball has just gone out of play, so it will be a substitution for Real Oviedo. And it is going to be Elias Scherer, the Moroccan, who will make his way off the pitch, and he gets a round of applause from even the Real Madrid supporters here. And Elias Scherer, who has shown explosive acceleration and has done very well in 1v1 situations, but he's made his way off for Santi Cazorla, which is his 22nd appearance from the substitute bench. He is 41 years of age now, is Santi Cazorla, who is onto the pitch for Real Oviedo. He is naturally two-footed and once took corners with both feet in the same match, did Santi Cazorla. You remember him being a pretty legendary figure for Arsenal. He is on the pitch now for the visitors. It was a nice touch that the Real Madrid supporters will applaud him. Now it's Real Madrid. Alvaro Carreras on the left flank. He's going to just look to launch it up, and then it will come all the way back into the midfield position. And it's going to be left by Reina. Reina will leave it as it's out on the right flank now. Come all the way back with Escandal. Escandal will get on it. He'll play it short to Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly will play it forward towards Colombato. Colombato, under a little bit of pressure, is able to bring it down. Then it goes out to Santi Cazorla. Cazorla on it now. Play it inside, and it's out on the left flank with Alassane, who will fire it into the far post. And it was a good move by Alameo, who made his way all the way out onto the right flank there. Has just tried to fire it back across goal. And as it came across to him there, he has not got a good connection on the ball. And it has gone wide of the goal. So Kylian Mbappe is getting ready to come on here. He's putting his boots on by the looks of things. As it is Real Madrid. Goes out to Raul Asensio. Raul Asensio will give it to David Alaba. Now it's with Aurelien Tchouameni. Tchouameni out on the left flank. Goes up towards Gonzalo Garcia. Now in the midfield for Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold out on the right side with Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono will find Camavinga now. The right side of the box is Camavinga. Goes back into Tchouameni, who's about 40 yards out. He'll find Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz will give it to Tchouameni, will flick it on towards Diaz. Now it's Alvaro Carreras with the effort at the near post. Well saved by the goalkeeper, Aaron Escandal, who was just able to make himself as big as possible to block it off at the near post there as it came all the way through. It's a good move by Aaron Escandal. Just trying to beat the goalkeeper at the near post, but he was unable to. So ball is sent all the way up by Escandal, be headed by David Alaba. Now Real Oviedo can just give it to Alameo. Alameo into Santiago Colombiato. And then it's going to go all the way up. And then it's into Fonseca. Fonseca will launch it out to the right side. It's going to be crossed in. David Alaba gets caught underneath it as he heads it away. And then it is a Real Madrid man who is just bundled over down there. As it was Alvaro Carreras who came forward just beforehand, a man that used to be on the books of Manchester United. And then he ended up moving to Benfica, and then Real Madrid brought him for 43 million this summer. As it's Trent on the right flank now. Trent will come inside now. It's with Tchouameni. Tchouameni will come all the way back towards Camavinga. There is Camavinga who'll just play it up. And now it's back with Raul Asensio. Asensio will give it to David Alaba. Alaba out to the right flank. Alaba inside. Now it's in the midfield. And now it's with Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz will get on it, and inside to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior will play it up. Now Vinicius Junior inside towards Gonzalo Garcia. Now Trent Alexander-Arnold will deliver it in. Gonzalo Garcia has gone for the overhead kick, and it is just going to be headed away. And now it's an opportunity for Thiago Fernandez to carry it forward. He's down that left flank now, is Fernandez. He's going to drive at the Real Madrid defence. And Raul Asensio is across, and then he is fouled, and he gets a hug by his fellow defender David Alaba, who is delighted with the defending of his fellow centre-back there. As Jude Bellingham is getting ready to come on. And Jude Bellingham is stripped. We've also seen Kylian Mbappe put his shin pads on as players just stopped. I'm not sure why the Borges has stopped the game. And it's out on the left flank now with Alassane. Alassane will just bounce it back into Alameo. Alameo inside, and he'll just switch it out to this right flank. Inside towards Alameo, who'll carry it on the inside. And it's a great ball out to that right flank, met by Fonseca, who fires it just past the goal. Courtois came out and made himself as big as possible, and it's actually just dragged wide of the goal. It's excellent play by Real Oviedo. You've got to give credit to them, and it was a really good pass into Nicolas Fonseca, the Italian, who got there and then just dragged it wide of the goal. What an opportunity for Fonseca, and it has gone out for a goal kick. And we are now going to see some changes for Alvaro Arbeloa's team. So Aurelien Tchouameni, the midfielder, he's played well today. He's going to make his way off the pitch. He's going to get a bit of stick from the Real Madrid supporters, who have been booing him today because reports have come out that he attacked the club captain Federico Valverde in training. So boos reign as Tchouameni makes his way off the pitch. And we're also going to see the Englishman Trent Alexander-Arnold make his way off. So coming on for them is, I say the club captain Federico Valverde. Club captain's actually Dani Carvajal, man that's played here at the Bernabeu for 13 years now. He is on for his 440th appearance for Real Madrid. The 34-year-old is onto the pitch now. And we'll also see the Englishman Jude Bellingham, man that signed from Borussia Dortmund back in 2023 in a huge 89 million deal, and Jude Bellingham is now onto the pitch for Real Madrid. Brahim Diaz has just stopped. And he is just caught, so he'll take a free kick. Now it's back with Raul Asensio. Now out on the right flank with Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono comes back into Jude Bellingham. Bellingham to David Alaba. Alaba plays it into Gonzalo Garcia. And now it's inside, and there is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now it's given away, and now there's an opportunity for Thiago Fernandez, who will carry it forward. And it's just well tackled by Jude Bellingham, and he'll play a quick 1-2 with Gonzalo Garcia as he'll come forward. Now it's out on the right flank with Dani Carvajal. Carvajal will bring it down. He'll find Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono will play a quick 1-2 as it goes up, and it will just be bundled out. Now up towards Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, who's under a little bit of pressure, goes out to the right side now. It's going to be fired across, and it's with Danny Carvajal. Carvajal out on the right side. We'll come back into Jude Bellingham. He's going to go out down that right side and tries to take on Alassane, but Liga defender does really well just to get there ahead of his man. And he'll clear it down the line. It'll actually run out for throw, which Eduardo Camavinga will take. So he'll throw it all the way back. Comes to Carvajal, and then it's actually just booted out, and it will be a corner for Oviedo. It's back with the goalkeeper, Aaron Scandal, who will just boot it up. It'll be a long ball up, and then it will be headed away. And it's out on the right flank. Now it's with Santi Cazorla. Cazorla will just play it inside. And then it's back with the central defender, Eric Bailly. Bailly back with David Costas. Costas on the ball now. Costas on it, and it's all the way out on the right side. Go out on that left flank. And then it's back with Fonseca. Fonseca will give it to Colombato. Colombato will just be bundled over by Brahim Diaz. As it came inside to him. It will now be a free kick. He is helped back up onto his feet, and we are going to see a substitution. Second one of the game for Real Oviedo, and it's Thiago Fernandez, the winger that's been playing as a striker. He looks disappointed to make his way off, as Wilhelm Almada has made his substitution. Fernandez, who has earned attention for mature passing choices despite still being a pretty young player. He's currently on loan from Villarreal, and coming on for him is Hassan, who is also a former Villarreal player. He signed for Real Oviedo in a 1.3 million deal, and Hassan, who has been a regular player this season, makes his 15th substitute appearance. And we are going to see the goal scorer, Gonzalo Garcia, make his way off. Good performance today by the youngster, and coming on for him is Kylian Mbappe, the former PSG forward, arguably the greatest player in world football right now. He's got 24 goals and 8 assists in 27 starts. Real Madrid are a better team when Kylian Mbappe is in it, and he is on now for Gonzalo Garcia. So here is Real Oviedo, goes all the way out on the right side with Vidal. Vidal will play it inside towards Hassan. Hassan back towards Costas. Costas into Santi Cazorla. And Cazorla all the way out on the right side with Fonseca. Fonseca into Hassan. We'll try and force it up, but it'll be blocked off there by Brahim Diaz. Now Brahim Diaz will come down the left side. And then it's going to go all the way up. And then it's just going to go back inside now. And then it's going to come all the way out, and they're going to try out on the right side. And it's going to be an attempt from distance, and it is over the bar. It was Kylian Mbappe. He just received it on the edge of the box, and he thought, why not? Tried his luck and just gets caught underneath it. It's a poor effort, really. Now out on that left side. It's with Santi Cazorla. Trent Alexander-Arnold looks like he's happy with how he's played today. He did play well today, to be fair. He showed pure quality out on that right side. Now out on the right flank. And it's towards Hassam Hassan. Tries to bring it down. He is unable to, and it will run out, and it'll be a throw for Real Madrid. Now it's up towards Brahim Diaz, the Moroccan, who's been deemed to win the AFCON after an appeal was launched and Senegal were stripped of the title, and it went to Morocco. Now it's with Fran Garcia, who plays it up towards Eduardo Camavinga. He's bundled over, and then Hassan tries to come forward, and he slips as he was racing forward for his team. We'll bring you up to date with the other La Liga scores. There's been two other games happening today. Valencia have been hosting Real Vallecano. Of course, it is a massive relegation race. If you go down from Levante in 19th all the way up towards Athletic Club in 9th, there are just 5 points behind the teams. Valencia and Real Vallecano, who are mid-table but obviously still in a relegation fight. They drew 1-1. It was Florian Lejeune, the former Newcastle United defender, who gave Vallecano the lead before Diego Lopez got one back for Valencia. So that was a draw. And for Girona, who went into the game 19th in the table, they fell down early on, courtesy of a John Martin goal. Real Sociedad, who were 8th, but are only 6 points clear of the relegation zone. But then in the 66th minute, it was a big goal from Christian Stuani for Girona, which has moved them up from 19th to 15th, which means at the moment, going into the final two games, it's Levante and Mallorca who are currently down to go down with Real Oviedo. This win for Real Madrid, as it stands, would see them go up to 80 points, 11 points behind Barcelona. They've only lost one more game than them, but they've drawn 4 more, which has kind of been their Achilles heel for Alvaro Arbeloa's team. Of course, started the campaign with Xabi Alonso in charge, but have now got Arbeloa as their manager. So there were some La Liga games yesterday that we'll bring you up to date with. So Mbappe stood over it as he's preparing to send in a free kick. It's probably about 35 yards out. So a two-man wall assembled by the goalkeeper, Aaron Escandal, and Mbappe will send in the effort, and he can only hit the wall of the Real Oviedo man. I think he's been hit right in the midsection, and the referee's just going to stop it because there is an injury. So there is a little bit of concern here. So play just stopped because Real Madrid were in possession of it, but the referee, De Borjos, is just saying that they had to stop it because he was worried about the safeguarding of the Real Oviedo man. But thankfully Santiago Colombato has got back up onto his feet, so not too much concern for him. Now it's up towards Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe with quick feet. Now Mbappe gets a shot away and it will just be blocked off and it will run out for a corner. Brahim Diaz will make his way over to this left side. And Brahim Diaz he's going to get ready to take the corner actually. He's got Vinicius Junior who's closest to him. He will just play it short, so now it's with Vinicius Junior. He'll play it back towards Franco Mastantuono, who will fire it in, and it's fired in, and it will be headed away, and there it is with Franco Mastantuono. Mastantuono on the ball, and it's all the way out on the right flank now. Just give it up towards Gonzalo Garcia. Gonzalo Garcia out to Dani Carvajal. Carvajal on the ball, and then it's all the way up towards Garcia, and Garcia brings it down. Tackled though by Hassan, and it will just be a throw, and there's actually going to be a stoppage before that throw comes in, as we are going to see a change. And Brahim Diaz will get a standing ovation as he makes his way off the pitch here. And we're also going to see Franco Mastantuono make his way off, the Argentinian. He's played well today as the winger for Real Madrid, been a dangerous threat throughout. But lively when he's got on the ball. And joined this summer for 39 million from River Plate. And also, as I say, Brahim Diaz. And Alvaro Arbeloa, who is the manager of Real Madrid Castilla, is going to choose to freshen up and make a couple of changes. So, coming off is Cesar Palacios, who's making his 5th substitute appearance of the season. He came on last week against Barcelona in the 79th minute. He comes on here in the 77th minute, and the other change sees Daniel Yanez, who's just 19 years old. We haven't seen him even be part of a squad. This is his debut for Real Madrid as he gets a standing ovation from the Bernabeu crowd as we see Daniel Yanez make his way on for his first ever La Liga appearance. So Real Madrid with it. It's Real Asensio as it remains Real Madrid 1, Real Oviedo 0. It certainly hasn't been the most exciting of games as there's a striker that tries to catch the goalkeeper off his line. Courtois, it'll run all the way through and out. And Real Asensio is just bundled over. And it's going to be Fonseca who's going to make his way off, the Italian who's played well. And Fonseca gets a high five from his manager Guillermo Almada, and we'll also see Ignacio Vidal make his way on. That's admired for his attacking overlaps from fullback. Ignacio Vidal now onto the pitch. We'll see a couple changes for Real Oviedo. Visiting supporters paying their respects to the players who have made their way off. Fonseca, who was making just his 10th start of the season today, to find a goal or an assist since joining has Fonseca. And up to date with the changes when we get them. So it's Pablo Menendez who will make his way on, just 18 years old, yet to make a start for Real Oviedo in La Liga. Pablo Menendez is onto the pitch. And we're also seeing Lucas Quintana, a 31-year-old who's on for his 168th Real Oviedo appearance. He's made 10 starts this season. A man that played in La Liga 2 with Oviedo, as Real Madrid will come forward now. It's played inside to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham on the edge of the box with the effort, and Jude Bellingham puts Real Madrid 2-0 up. There's no crazy celebrations from him or the supporters, but a polite round of applause as Alvaro Arbeloa's team racing to a 2-0 lead now against Real Oviedo. In truth, in a game that doesn't really matter, but it is the Englishman Jude Bellingham who finds his 5th La Liga goal of the season, the 89 million signing. getting on the ball on the edge of the box, shifted it onto his weaker left foot, got his shot away, and Jude Bellingham has put Real Madrid 2-0 up here against Real Oviedo, and he blows a kiss to the Real Madrid supporters as they are now in a comfortable 2-0 lead against a Real Oviedo side who haven't really troubled them at all today. There'll be a throw on the far side for Real Oviedo. It's just going to be thrown inside. It's going to go all the way up and just bounce back towards Camavinga. Camavinga on it. We'll go out onto the right flank with Brahim Diaz. Diaz is able to find Daniel Yanez. Yanez to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham will just move it out to the right side. And now it's Eric Bailly who's just bundled over. So it's Bellingham who picked up the ball on the edge of the box and just shifted it onto his left foot. It was a good strike at goal. And despite the best efforts of Aaron Escandal to try and prevent it from going into the back of the net, it did just sneak in, and Alvaro Arbeloa was able to respond with a round of applause. He certainly will have been pleased with the way that his side have responded to a lot of criticism that have come their way over recent weeks. So the ball goes up towards this left side where Alvaro Carreras can't just bring it down. It'll run all the way through to Costas now. Costas on the ball, goes back into the goalkeeper Aaron Escandal. Escandal will just played out to the right side, and then it's opportunity for them to come forward, and it's with Hassan. Hassan will keep on coming, gets his strike away up from distance, and it'll just drag wide of the goal. It was not a good strike. So now out on the right side with Dani Carvajal. Dani Carvajal will play it inside. Now it's up towards Hassan. Hassan out on the right flank with Menendez. Menendez to Coutinho. Now it's with Hassan. Hassan will cross it in, and it's a header. That goal, and Courtois makes the save. It's well saved by Courtois. Made a really good save and was able to tip it over his bar. So it is going to be a corner on that far flank. So Real Oviedo have seen plenty of their attacking players make their way forward. As it's whipped in, it will just be headed away by Jude Bellingham. It's going to come out to the right side now. Whipped in by Coutinho. Header in and then header away. Now it's with Alvaro Carreras. He'll give it to Raul Asensio. Now Eduardo Camavinga will come forward with it. And the referee's actually going to stop play because a Real Oviedo player is currently down injured, so there is a bit of concern there for the Oviedo men. It's a worrying one because it is Federico Vinas who's just gone down and there was no one near him. I wondered whether Jude Bellingham, when he played the ball forward, just caught him, but the Uruguayan striker has remained down on the ground, so maybe more of a muscle injury for the man that has scored 10 goals this season. So a good campaign really for bottom of the table Real Oviedo. Their top goal scorer is Vinas. And Mbappe, of course, is the top goal scorer for Real Madrid. Vinas has scored 2 from the spot. And there's Real Madrid supporters in the stands with signs for Santi Cazorla. He's a player who's so greatly respected wherever in Spain he plays. He's 41 years of age now. He's just a legendary figure. And they are enjoying the last bits that they will see of Santi Cazorla, one of the most graceful footballers of all time. He started his career at Recreativo Huelva before moving to Malaga. Then he made the move to the Premier League, where he really made his name at Arsenal. And then he joined Villarreal. Now he is with Real Oviedo, and Santi Cazorla has been here for 3 years now. Ball comes all the way back with Raul Asensio. Asensio comes all the way back to Courtois. Courtois will just play it out to the right side. That goes back into Camavinga. Now it's out on the left flank with Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. will carry it forward. And now it's given away, and now it's with Hassan, and Hassan is just bundled over. And he's having a bit of a complaint towards the referee, De Borges, as he's not happy with the way that he was caught. So it was Jude Bellingham who got the second of this game. Gonzalo Garcia who got the first of the game for Real Madrid, and it has been a pretty comfortable victory for Real Madrid. They've had 18 shots, 7 on target, just the 9 for the visitors and just the 1 on target for Real Oviedo. So now out on the right side, a free kick for Real Madrid to take. It's the man with the armband, Danny Carvajal, will take. They've looked after the ball today. They've had 84% of it. It's out to the right side with Eduardo Camavinga. Camavinga will just play it back towards David Alaba. Alaba into Raul Asensio. Asensio all the way out to the right side. It's up towards Jude Bellingham. Bellingham to Camavinga. And with Danny Carvajal. Danny Carvajal will give it to Vinicius Jr. And Jude Bellingham will just bounce it back, and it's David Alaba. Alaba will give it to Raul Asensio. Eduardo Camavinga. All the way out towards Danny Carvajal. Carvajal will give it to Daniel Yanez, who's come on for his first Real Madrid La Liga appearances. We're into the final minutes of normal time of this game. Zerrit Bailly, who's across the deal with an attack, and he'll just go back to his goalkeeper, Aran Escandal. Real Madrid do have 2 more games left to play. I'll be with you, actually, for their game against Sevilla on the weekend. I'll be bringing you commentary of that as Sevilla look to stave off the threat of relegation. On the last day of the season, Real Madrid host Athletic Club here. They, of course, lost their last game 2-0. They did win the game prior to that 2-0 against Espanyol, and are currently 2-0 up for Real Oviedo. They're just looking to enjoy the last bit of La Liga action. They've got Deportivo Alaves and Mallorca left to play to Real Oviedo, who were promoted from La Liga 2 last season under former Reading manager Veljko Paunovic. They last played in La Liga in the year that I was born, 2001. Actually, before I was born, they were relegated in May of 2001. I was born a bit after, and the referee's not going to add any time on So we are going to finish here at the Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid with a 2-0 victory against Real Oviedo.